Julia Carpenter is set to make her live-action debut in Madam Web, and if you're wondering who she is and what we can expect from her in the upcoming movie, I got you covered. I'm going to break down who Julia Carpenter is, along with her comic origins, her powers, and what her connection to Madam Web is. Julia Carpenter, who goes by Spider-Woman along with many other names, which I'll get to a little bit later, was created by Jim Shooter and Mike Zeck. She made a cameo appearance, and we're talking very cameo, in Secret Wars issue number 6 and made her first full appearance in Secret Wars issue number 7. After finding out that her husband was cheating on her, she was intrigued by living a completely different life. Luckily for Julia, an old college friend who runs a secret research project dedicated to creating government super agents for the Commission on Superhuman Activities, aka the CSA, reached out to her to participate in an athletics study. Julia agreed because, well, the pay was good and she really needed it. As they put Julia through various physical tests, they give her injections of spider venom. However, they don't tell her that it's spider venom, and they tell her the injections are necessary so that they can measure how she's doing with the physical tests. Unfortunately, Julia's friend who's running the research study wanted results faster and pressured the head scientist to basically get results as fast as he could, so that meant injecting Julia with double the dosage of spider venom. Due to the double dosage, Julia passes out, and when she finally comes to, the team of scientists tell her that she was accidentally injected with spider venom. Very pissed off, and rightfully so, Julia punches a wall and pretty much wrecks it, realizing that she now has super strength. After some more tests, we learn that Julia is able to cling to walls, has healing factor, and that her webbing is unlike almost any other Spider-Person's webbing. Her webbing is psionic, meaning that her webbing is a physical construct of her mind and that they're strong enough to hold 10 tons. Remember when I said Julia not only goes by Spider-Woman but many other names? That's what's going to make Madam Web interesting, because even though Julia Carpenter is Spider-Woman, Maddie Franklin, who's also in Madam Web, technically is also Spider-Woman, and I highly doubt that they're going to have two characters be Spider-Woman. So another name that Julia goes by in the comics actually happened after she lost her powers to Charlotte Witter, who is the fourth Spider-Woman. I know, it's getting out of control and I don't know why we can't come up with better names. So after she loses her powers, basically Julia retires for a little bit, but eventually she comes back once she regains her powers, and she takes up the moniker of Arachne, which is the name that she actually wanted to use when she initially got her powers, but her friend who ran the research project said, no, that's too hard, we're gonna call you Spider-Woman, and that's that. So given that Maddie Franklin is in Madam Web and she goes by Spider-Woman, my guess is that Julia Carpenter, who's played by Sydney Sweeney, is most likely going to be Arachne from the start within the movie. But those aren't the only two names that Julia goes by. In the comics, Julia ends up becoming Madam Web. Say what? Yep, learn more about Madam Web and how Julia Carpenter becomes Madam Web in this video here.